we have the Pentagon citing that climate change is a national security issue. Now, this is one of the subjects out there that they like to drape out over the people and have the people go at each other's necks over it, just like many other issues. One of the many they use to divide and continually divide the people. But in this instance, with them talking about national security issues, they claim that flooding, that droughts, things of that nature, have hampered a lot of their training. They're saying that the military bases across the nation are vulnerable to floods, droughts, and wildfires. And they're saying that it's all throwing off their drills, rocket launches, and they go on to point the finger at Dems here, saying that they're downplaying the issue. And they're saying this has potential impacts to U.S. military missions and installations. They go on to state that about 2/3 of the 79 priority installations are vulnerable to recurrent flooding, about half are vulnerable to wildfires, and more than half vulnerable to drought. And they're saying that the climate change not only affects the troop movement and the training, but also costs more money in terms of repair and maintenance. Now, we stop right there and we look at a couple things. We know that there's been a pitch on the people across the globe about this agenda in terms of weather change. Now, we've also noticed that in that same time frame, never not once have we ever seen a story get put out there where they're trying to stop the hurricane by using modern science and technology to kill it at its core. You ever heard of that one? Well, they could do it, but you ain't never heard it because they ain't never tried to do it out here. What they've done is the opposite. We've caught them cloud seeding right before Harvey slammed into Texas. It's documented. Why would you cloud seed right before the thing gets to the coastline? You should have been doing everything in your power to stop it. Yet we don't see these stories at all. We know they have the technology. Basic science shows you that if you have a tornado spinning up, you drop energy or heat into the atmosphere, it will fire it up. If you drop a bomb of coldness into the middle of it, it will kill it. It will make it slow down. Yet we don't see none of this being implemented globally, do we? They'll run miles and miles of pipeline for oil, but never water. They want to sit here and complain about droughts and say that they had troops in the D.C. area and Florida area that basically they had to call off training because the drought got so bad they had no water. That's garbage. Total garbage. There should always be water on deck and around for the troops. Now, I didn't hear of schools shutting down there or other businesses shutting down because of this. So it's like they're trying to use whatever they can get a hold of as an excuse here to back up what they're saying now is a national security issue. Now, they also cite flooding. Well, when you're on the coastline in an area that's going to see the water rising, then you should expect that. Why you can't use some of your brains and start building these bases in a better location, maybe not like right on the beachfront, maybe back off some, maybe up in a mountain where I think it would be smarter anyway. But no, put a whole bunch of them on the East Coast where they're super vulnerable, not only from a tsunami, but from anything. All of our biggest ports, Charleston, all that, one big wave on the East Coast would smash everything. It's true. It doesn't have to be weather related neither. But when I hear the stories here talking about climate change, it goes right back into the same old theme that they're trying to push on the masses all the time. Now, no doubt things are changing out here, but until I start to see stories of them trying to do something to counter it because we know they got the technology, well then we know they're still out there spraying in the skies. We know they're still out there cloud seeding. We know they're still putting ionospheric heaters out in places like Puerto Rico. Why? Why do you do that? Why would you ever want to do that? Well, to blast the center of the storm with heat, which then fuels it. But we're not seeing the counter being put up. And until we do, nothing's going to change. This puppet show, this world stage here of Earth. It's been Dabu 7. Eyes open.